The day after my husband was buried, I came home to find the locks changed. The key turned useless in my hand. A sound carried from inside, pots clinking, drawers opening, voices hushed. When I pushed the doorbell, it was she who opened the door. His mother. Her expression wasn't grief, it was ownership. Behind her, two of his sisters unpacked boxes into my kitchen cabinets as if I'd never existed. "You're just a wife without rights," she said coolly. "This house belongs to family now." I didn't argue. I didn't cry. I smiled. Because they had forgotten something crucial. Backstory: when love looked like salvation. When I met him, I thought I had found safety. He was warm, attentive, the kind of man who pressed a hand to the small of my back in crowded rooms, as if I was fragile and precious. I married him believing in the promise of partnership. His mother seemed harmless then, smiling, over-helpful, pretending to adore me. I mistook politeness for approval. I should have noticed the way her eyes lingered on my ring, the way she corrected me when I called the house ours. I was naive. I believed marriage made me belong. Discovery of betrayal. It began small. The whispers that stopped when I entered the room. His phone locked tighter than a vault. Nights he came home smelling of perfume I didn't wear. But betrayal rarely announces itself. It drips, corrodes, until the metal snaps. The final proof was a message flashing across his screen when he fell asleep drunk beside me. Her, not his mother, another woman. I remember sitting in the dark, staring at his sleeping face, the soft rise and fall of his chest. I didn't scream, I didn't wake him. I only felt the click inside me, the lock breaking, the old me sealing away. Shift in mindset. I could have left, but leaving empty-handed would mean they won. His mother, his mistress, even him, dead but victorious. No, I would not play abandoned widow. I studied marriage laws, property rights, banking trails. Quietly, patiently, I collected what was mine. Every receipt, every account, every document he'd signed and left in drawers forgotten. He thought me ignorant of finances. His mother assumed he owned everything. They were both wrong. Execution of the plan. Step 1, the will. There was none. He died too suddenly. In that silence, law defaults to the wife. Not the mother, not the sisters, me. Step 2, the accounts. His salary, his investments, most of them had my name woven through them because I had set them up. He never read the forms. He just signed where I pointed. Step 3, the house. While his mother sneered about family property, I held the title deed in my bag. My name, inked, sealed, legal. Step 4, silence. I let them believe they were winning. I let them settle in, unpack their pots and pans, redecorate the house as if it were theirs. The higher they climbed, the sweeter the fall. Climax and confrontation. That morning, I stood in my own living room watching them. His mother directing, his sisters laughing as they placed family photos on my shelves. She caught my gaze. "You should pack your things quietly," she said. "Leave with some dignity." I smiled. Dignity? I walked to the table and spread the papers one by one. Bank statements, title deed, marriage certificate. His insurance naming me sole beneficiary. Her hands trembled when she picked them up. Her lips pressed thin, searching for a loophole. There was none. "This house," I said softly, "belongs to me. By law, by contract, by signature. Every account, every asset, mine." Her face drained of color. Her daughters froze mid-motion, hands clutching silverware that suddenly wasn't theirs. "And you," I looked directly at her, savoring the silence, You have no rights here. You're just his mother, nothing more." The words hit her like a slap, a mirror held to the sneer she'd given me at the door. I stepped closer, lowered my voice so only she could hear. "You walked into my kitchen, into my life, believing I was weak. You should have checked the paperwork before you changed the locks." Then, with the calmness of a queen reclaiming her throne, I added, "Get out." Resolution and emotional release. They left that same afternoon, their boxes half unpacked, their voices hushed, their eyes burning with the humiliation of defeat. No shouting, no fight. Just the slow shuffle of people who realized too late that the battlefield was never in the kitchen. It was in the fine print. When the door closed behind them, I stood alone in the silence of my house. My house. I should have felt grief, but instead I felt something sharper. Justice. He betrayed me with another woman. His mother tried to erase me. But in the end, it was I who remained. I didn't just survive. I inherited everything they thought was theirs. And when I think back to that moment, the lock changed, her sneer, her certainty, I almost want to thank someone hand you their own downfall, wrapped neatly in arrogance.